Yeah, often you're noticing it in your presentations, in conferences and meetings, and even in family meetings, that you're talking and talking and telling what is going on. And while you're noticing a voice from within asking, who is actually talking here inside me? You're feeling that you're actually acting here. And this is new. While the others are saying and thinking, oh, she is well prepared. He is very competent, as usual. But you just feel, I feel like a fraud. Yeah, welcome to this video today. I am Marianne Boom from the 618 Bevolution, where your crown path guides you in your true lived freedom. What I just described here at the beginning of this video, this is a moment where so many people right now have reached in their lives and wondering what is going on. And that is when competence suddenly feels empty. When you think, I'm not competent anymore, maybe. Where you just feel, what is it? It doesn't fulfill me anymore. And this is the inner emptiness that I was talking about last week in the other video from last week, where you were invited to feel this empty moment. And this week, I want to guide you a little deeper into what's going on so that you can get a better idea what this moment in your life is actually about. And this is a very relevant moment of change in your life. Because what is going on here, when you start feeling, I am not competent anymore, I don't feel the competence anymore, I'm just functioning, but I feel empty. What is going on with me? What is wrong with me? Am I running into a burnout? No, you don't. The good news is this is not a drama. This is quite the opposite, to be honest. What is going on when you reach that point that you hear an inner voice that things are not aligned anymore? You are delivering, but you don't feel it anymore. No one in the outside really notices usually, because you are still delivering, but your connection with that, what you are delivering, is erased, is like gone with the wind. Yeah, what happened here is quite the opposite of a drama. I say it again. It is that you just lost your identity. Not a drama. I tell you why. The loss of identity is a natural step of evolution, a development inside, a growth step into something that is more truthful in you, that is more you. So the identity you fulfilled up to now is a role you have been playing. And I don't mean that you were fake or anything like this. This role you have been playing / fulfilling over the years, or how long ever, it is something what you believed that is you. Actually, it was a self-image that you adapted to yourself, that you fulfilled, probably developed from other people's expectations or your own belief system, how and what and why you have to be in a certain way, without feeling that connection, your source connection, the connection with your true being, your essence. And this connection now is working by itself a little bit, let's say. So something in you is making sure that you're getting a deeper connection with your source. And that is why this is a growth step. That is why you can reach that state of being, as many do right now these days, where they feel things are not aligned anymore, are not right anymore. I am not the person I have been acting out, carrying out over the years here in my job, in my family, in whatever people think about me. So that happened because you were not connected with your source. And when you have now this emptiness, this connection is growing from within, is pushing away the old identity, the old role. And that is why it's not a drama. This is not a loss. This is a new beginning. And that's really good news. That's really good news, because this is that your body system, that you recognize growth, your inner natural growth. You have been growing out of this old role, and you are now connecting with your essence, maybe the first time consciously, because you are perceiving this change. So you are consciously connecting with your essence and will lead your life from there. And stepping out of the old role. How? How will you now, from now on, recognize that your inner guidance is not performance? That you are really growing and making your moves from that essence. And not anymore from expectations that are pushed onto you. For example, like many experience, I have experienced it. This is how you recognize from that moment on more impulses from your inner guidance, and you will identify that. You will be able to perceive the right impulses more and more. So you will identify the impulses and follow those impulses from your body system, where your source connection is coming from, and stepping out of the old limiting and limited dictate of your mind, which I call your security officer. That security officer limits us, limits people through the mind, because it's here for security, and limits your natural growth, keeps you safe and secure. And now something else is happening. Your essence is breaking through that layer of safety and security. And why This breakthrough is the gateway to your naturalness. Is already obvious. Because here you are learning to live your life from your essence, which makes you authentic. This is your truthful creation path that is opening up within, where you just come from within and not from, I have to do this, I need to fulfill that, I need to make sure I'm not like that, I have to be like this, etc., etc. This already is the mind carousel. So instead, when essence breaks through and you decide and choose and create from essence, this is an act of relaxation. The mind gets very quiet with time, and you know, wow, this is guidance from within. So no more stress anymore in your daily life with time, once you learn how to make all these steps. For example, no wanting to be different anymore. No telling yourself all the time, I'm wrong the way I am. And this, by the way, is a very strong and intense inner programming from the very early days of many people's lives, that they have learned from their upbringing. They are not good enough the way they are naturally. So they have learned to be somebody else, to adjust with the expectations of the adults and change themselves to fulfill their desires and wishes instead of their own needs. That makes the old programming so strong, because it's a very long programming that guide your life, basically. And this is a programming that makes many bodies very tired in the mid of their lifetime. That's the time where people can experience burnout, depression, or just emptiness and the missing willingness, no motivation anymore to be someone else, where they start rebel or whatever happens. So this is usually occurring from this inner exhaustion of trying to be someone else over the years. So, becoming yourself follows in this moment from this. What you might feel when you have this emptiness now, this is the first step. And now it's about becoming very aware of your old programs and their sources, their origins. What situations have created your programs, so that you know what you want to learn to dissolve in your body system, that you can become more and more the human being you naturally are, the way how nature meant you to be. This is the naturalness that wants to break through you now, that really carries you in the long run, all your life long. Not the performance, not any role can carry your life until the end. Never in a healthy way. That's why roles just fall apart. People fall apart when they lose their roles sometimes, because they have been so attached to them. So here, when you start feeling the emptiness again, it's not a reason to be nervous. This is very good news. And now it's about being able to handle the next steps in the process in a positive, supporting way so that your evolution can unfold in their most efficient and the best way, in the most natural way, which is always the most healthy way. That means it's the process. It's the process of embodying and learning how to do this, embodying your natural essence and carrying it out in your life, on all levels of your life. Even when it means changing job situation, changing family or partner situations, changing locations where you live, whatever it is, what wants to come through you, it will unfold, no worries. But this is about handling and guiding the process of coming from played roles that have been fighting within you and falling away now, so that you are finally put your inner conflicts to sleep, because this is what you have all years long, and this is where the exhaustion was coming from this inner conflict of the old programs, trying like almost your whole life, trying or telling you that you have to be someone else than you are naturally to be acknowledged and to be liked in the outside. And once you step out of these programs, finally, your body system calms down, your essence gets through to you and floods you with so much energy, strength, power, everything you need, like love, which makes you naturally strong and effective in this world, that you don't have to fight for it anymore, that you don't have to work like 20 hours a day or something like this, just to somehow fulfill other expectations, or your own, that you have to work hard to be valuable somewhere in this world, right? So this is the classical situation of inner conflicts, when you are constantly trying to be better because there's inside of you a programming telling you you are not good enough. And you are good enough, always. You don't need to work your off to be good enough. You are perfectly fine naturally, because the divine order makes you being perfectly fine naturally. This is how nature works. Yeah, and to get there, to that point where you feel exactly this, that you are good enough, that you are wonderful as you are, so that you can from there create your actual truthful life that your source came here for through your body. That is the crown path. The 618 evolution is providing to you, so that you can create that life you have been born for, to contribute what your source came here for, in order for you to live absolutely, truthfully free in your life, without having the must do and must fulfill and must be someone else. No, none of it. Just to be you naturally, with all the gifts you are bringing into this world. This is true freedom. This is abundance. This is successful effectiveness. No fighting for it. No working your butt off for this. Especially for those who are entrepreneurs, self-employed, or those who want to be but fear to be a workaholic in the future, or even more workaholics. No, it's the opposite. It's aligning with your essence, your nature. And when you learn how to align with your essence, with what you really are and what you are here to do, then you don't work anymore. You enjoy life and bring everything into life, what is natural you. And that is creating and bringing value for yourself and for others. This is not exhaustion anymore and working your butt off anymore. No, no. Yeah, this is the 618 crown path. And for those who feel this calling from within, yes, I feel the emptiness. I'm not aligned anymore. But I somehow know and knew always I am here for more. For way more. And I want to find out what that is. Then the 618 crown path is for you. To know more about this, to learn more about the crown path, sign up for the Pathfinder. The link you find in the video description right under the video. And I see you in the next video.